Hey, everybody. I welcome you to today's show. We are talking about stress management. See, what we do on this show is to equip you to live a balanced and a fulfilled life. And you know it, life is in different areas. And one of these key areas is our optimum health and wellness. It is very key. So we've been spending the last 2 weeks looking into different areas when it comes to our health and wellness. We did say that there are four components when it comes to health and wellness. We've looked into the first two areas. I encourage you to go back to our previous shows if you missed any of these segments. But now we are on the third component, which is stress management. And so our goal in doing these segments is to equip you, is to give you the tools to be able to begin to think about it. Okay, that's what we want to do. Of course, if your stress is at a level, you may need professional help. You may need to talk to the right professionals involved. By any means, please do that. But the purpose of this show is not to diagnose or give you any professional advice or medical advice. These are tips, all right, that you will begin to think about, because that is my main goals. One of my main goals in doing this series is to begin to create awareness, is to begin to think about it, is to begin to stimulate your brain and begin to ask yourself, do I have stress in any area of my life? Because sometimes, we try to pretend things aren't there, we aren't really going through something. But if we are honest enough to ask ourselves questions and be able to see what's going on, then we can be able to either self-help, change the things we do, or get professional help. And that is the reason for these series. So I thank you for tuning in. And so let's begin to get the conversation rolling when it comes to stress management. This is one big area when it comes to living a life that gives us optimum health and wellness, okay? You may be eating right, you may be exercising, but if you aren't managing stress in your life, that becomes, a disservice to all the other things that you may be doing right. You know that there are studies that proves this, that most diseases are connected to stress. So on this journey, as we are eating right, as we are exercising regularly, if we add stress management, we increases our chances of having a life of optimum health and wellness. And so that is why I am passionate to equip you, okay, in this area of stress management, to equip you to live an optimum health and wellness, and overall, you know this, to equip you to live a balanced life and a fulfilled life. So having shared all these good stuff, let's begin to think about this. What is stress? I know we all hear this and, I'm under stress, I'm under pressure, but what really is stress? And a very simple definition of stress is a state of mental or emotional strain. A state of mental or emotional strain. And so, on your journey of an optimum health and wellness, if there is any state of mental strain, if there's any state of, emotional strain in some areas of your lives, what I want to do is, first of all, I want you to begin to investigate into yourself. Do I have any strain? Do I have a state of strain on my mental health? Do I have any state of strain on my emotional health? Because these are really key areas, all right? And so in looking into stress management, which is a big topic, it's not going to take us just today to look into. It's going to take us, we're going to, get this conversation rolling all week. All right. But having given you the definition, let's begin to now look into how do stress management, how do we actually do it? Okay, I believe, all right, in my own opinion, I do believe that in order for any of us, for you, for I to manage stress or do anything about it, I believe the first key thing we need to do is to balance our lives. See, life is in different areas. And sometimes we all, there are different demands, there are family demands, work demands, or if you work for yourself or you work for somebody, there maybe you're going to school, you're pursuing a career, and all these are good areas of life. But if we don't seek to strive a balance, if we don't seek to strike a balance between them, sometimes we end up focusing so well on one area to the detriment of another area. So personally, I believe that in order for us to be effective when it comes to stress management, we need to work towards a life of balance and a life of fulfillment. That is what personally this show is about, is to equip you to live a life of balance and a life of fulfillment. So here's what I want us to do. I want us to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll be looking further into how to delve into the stress management by way of having a balanced and a fulfilled life. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So on today's show, we're looking into how to manage stress, which is one of the key areas when it comes to having an optimum health and wellness. And also, having an optimum health and wellness leads us onto the journey of a balanced and a fulfilled life. So first thing we started talking about is that when it comes to managing stress, we need to be working towards a life that is balanced. All right. What does that mean? That means that if I'm working, either I work out of the home or in my home, either I work for somebody or I work for myself. I spend time in that area. I spend time in, as far as my relationships, family, friends, I spend time to relax, right? I spend time to have fun, all right? If we seek and strive to be able to take care of these big areas of our lives and not pay attention to one particular area and keep going up while another area goes down, all right? If we strive to, work towards this circle and know that there are different aspects of my life, and so I'm working on this, I'm doing my best here, and I'm trying to balance each area of my life, that I believe personally helps us to manage stress. Because you could be taking care as far as, let's say, having fun, relaxation, family, and work could be, going down, or who knows what, it could be any other, the equation could be any other way. But when we keep at the back of our minds, when we keep, in our minds that, my goal is that I have these areas of my lives and I am striving and I'm doing my best to work on them, that helps us. It creates the awareness, it creates the consciousness. And so, yeah, there are some days that We may not be able to do it all. There are some days when we may not be quote unquote perfect, even though perfection is not our goal. Excellence is our goal. We strive to be excellent, all right, not perfect. All right, so in this journey of being excellent in balancing your life, there are definitely some days that you'll be up to it, and there are some days that you may not be as excellent, but that's okay because your heart is right. This is what I want to do. There's some days, not all days are equal. It's the same thing. Not everybody is equal. We're all different. We're all unique. We have similarities, but we are different and unique. And we do respect that. And so every given day, all right, you do your best, but not every day will be equal as far as your output. But when such times, when they come, you look at, okay, what did I do well? What did I not do? Don't beat up yourself. All right, that's mentally begin to give yourself unnecessary stress. Just take a look at, okay, what did I do? What could I have done? And then take that information for the next day. All right. And so one of the big things we need to look into when it comes to managing stress is to have a big picture that I want to live a life of balance and I want to live a life of fulfillment. And at this point, I just encourage you, if you want to start off in living a balanced and a fulfilled life, I encourage you to go to our Season 1, go back to Season 1. The series that we did gives you the foundation as to how to live a balanced and a fulfilled life. All right. But as far as these stress management series are concerned, your goal is to live a balanced and a fulfilled life. Look at your work area, look at your family area, look at your friends, your relaxation, your fun area, and do your best in all other areas. If you did that, each area is taken care of, and no particular one area is going to begin to pile up and begin to give you stress because you are doing your best on a given day to look into them. And probably everybody's different. You may make yours such that, okay, this day I do more on my area 1, area 2, maybe my work this, the next day. Balance comes and balance can be done in different areas, all right? A daily is the best, but everybody's different. Probably your situation might be different from mine. And so there could be some tweaking that you need to do. Probably fun for you is over the weekend. And so you're doing some of the other things, so well during the weekdays. Probably for you, you need to find time every day to relax or have fun. So definitely it's got to be put in every day. So everybody's different. But the truth is that we all need to keep at the back of our minds that I want to have a life of balance and I want to have a life of fulfillment. And in doing that, I need to be aware. I need to create the consciousness. I need to be thinking and stimulating my brain on a daily basis as to how to balance my life. Because if I did this regularly, it will help me to manage stress, all things being equal. So I want us to take a quick break. And when we come back, we will be looking into another tip that would help us to have a life that helps us to be in an area where we are not too stressed, where we can manage our stress. So let's take a quick break and we will be right back. Welcome back. We're looking at stress management on today's show and all through the week. And so, having given the first tip, the next tip we want to also share is the fact that we need to be in control of our lives. We need to be in control of our lives. Because sometimes we all have the tendency to blame others for what we go through. Or blame other situations that, okay, I cannot do this. I cannot have fun because of that or because of this. Yeah, there could be some limitations, but one truth you need to face on your journey of having a stress managed life is to know that you are in control of your life. You are in control of your life. My life depends on me. Of course, for me, I know that I've been made by God. And so God has given me this life. Yes, He's given me the power to be in control, but I work with God. God is the ultimate person in control of my life. But here on earth, as He's brought me, all right, He's giving me the power. So I'm in control to make my decisions. I'm in control to control my behavior. That is what I'm talking about. And so once you are aware that, hey, I'm in control, there could be bills piled up, there could be work-related stress issues, there could be family demands and whatnot, depending on your situation. But one thing you need to know that is that I am in control. Because when you begin to think and know, oh, I'm in control, then you begin to sit down and ask yourself, so what can I do then? I'm in control. I cannot blame somebody for what's happening in my life. It's my responsibility. So what do I need to do? So it's very important to know that, okay, I am in control. I am in control. What does that mean? It is not from a bossy point of view, all right? It is from a point of view that it begins to help you not to play the victim. Oh, I cannot do this because of somebody. I cannot do that because of the circumstance. No, it begins to take the victim mentality away, and it begins to empower you to know that, hey, I am my own. I am my own creator of my life. Even if I have stress, I cannot just sit and blame somebody. I can do something about it. So once you know you are in control, that helps you to check your life. Okay, how am I living my life? Because I'm in control. It's my life. God has given me this life. All right, but He's given it to me. So what am I doing? How my life? Am I balancing it? It takes us back to our previous tip. All right. So you begin to know that I'm in control. Because you're in control, you are in control of your decisions. You are in control of your behavior. You are in control of the problems or the challenges that comes in your life. I'm in control to rise up and find solutions. I don't have to play the victim and begin to say, they don't like me. I can do this because of this person, because of this circumstance, because of this situation. But you begin to know, I'm in control. I can do something about it. Even if you don't know what to do about it, we said life is in 3 areas, right? You start with the spiritual. You begin to pray. And God begins to help you, give you ideas. And once those ideas come, you move because you are in control. So then this tip helps you to shape your life, helps you to be responsible for your actions, be responsible for your decisions. Don't blame others, don't blame circumstances. Know that, okay, my behavior matters. What I do or don't do matters. It will help me to have a stress-managed life, or it will help me, or it will not help me, all right? And stress will get into my life more and more. So I'm in control. I can do something about my decisions. I can do something about my choices. I can do something about my behavior. I can do something about my entire life. That puts you in a frame of work to begin to tackle it in a positive angle. Let's take a quick break and we'll be right back. Welcome back. We are giving tips on today's show as to how to manage stress. Stress comes as a result of, circumstances, issues. But when we believe that we are in control, now we begin to ask ourselves, how do I manage this? How do I cannot totally eliminate this issue or this circumstance, but how can I manage it? How can I bring it down? We may not be necessarily stress free, but we can manage stress into a level where it does not cause havoc to our physical and emotional lives. We can manage this because if you don't manage stress, stress begins to eat up your life. It takes the joy of your life away. Okay, it begins to it affects your health. Okay, your entire physical life, your emotional life, your mental life begins to be affected in a way that isn't positive. But when you begin to realize that the stress can affect my life in a negative way, it can actually be the starting point of disease in my life. So I'm in control. I can do something about this issue. I can do something about this circumstance. So the last tip I want us to share in dealing with stress management is the fact that we need to ask ourselves questions. You know that this is big in my life. You know that I believe in this rule so much. It helps you to be aware, and then it helps to create the consciousness. It helps you to stimulate your brain. So to be effective in managing stress, you would have to be honest with yourself and ask questions. Don't pretend that the stress is not there. Don't just say, oh, it's because I have a million things to do. I have a married things to do. That's why. Oh, it's because, this will never go away. Things will always be crazy in this business. Things will always be crazy in this family. Don't excuse what's happening. Be realistic. How come even if things are stressful or things are always crazy around here, why is it always crazy? Don't take it as normal. Don't take it as, oh, okay, oh, this is normal. No, begin to think about it. Be honest. Why do I get stressed? Why do I feel this way? Okay, what is happening? Why is it this? How do I feel when I hear this news? How do I feel or how do I think? Because stress will also, it will take the clarity of your thinking. It will reduce the ability of your thinking. All right. So be honest. Ask yourself questions. Why do I behave this way? How do I feel? What happens? How do I calm down this issue after it comes? How do I solve it? Begin to document. I'm big on this. Asking yourself questions, being honest in asking those questions, being honest in answering those questions. And I'm big on writing them down. Write them down. Ask the questions, write them down, because you don't want to, make room for that stress to go on by just being say, oh no, it's fine. That's how this family, we're crazy. I'm just a hot-tempered person. Don't make room for stress to grow. Be honest. Face it head on with yourself. Be honest. Answer these questions honestly. Write them down. And once you write them down with these honest answers, now we want to do something about it. And so we will pick up from here tomorrow and continue the conversation, because I know this is good. Because you know what we do on this show. You know that I am on a mission, America, and my biggest mission is to equip you to live a life of balance and a life of fulfillment. And in doing that, what I do is I let us take different areas of our lives and begin to look into it. And so all these weeks we've been looking into optimum health and wellness. 4 components comprises of our optimum health and wellness. It helps us to live a life where the presence of disease, is eliminated or reduced. However, reduced, eliminated, that becomes our goal. And in doing that, stress management is one of them. Because studies shows that stress, promotes the presence of disease. And our goal is to eliminate, reduce disease. And so let's pick up this conversation tomorrow. And from our honest answers, let's keep it up, giving tips as to how to live a life with a stress-managed life. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you back here same time tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.